Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I am Zia Hamid. I welcome you to English grade 7 video lessons. I hope that you are doing well and all ready and set to learn about today's students learning outcome. Now, as you know, we are dealing with our unit number 4, which is the empty pot. We have covered so many SLOs in the previous video lessons. Now it's time to cover something from vocabulary competency. This will be our lecture number 3 and our SLO is of the topic of using idioms. Now, let's get started with our students learning outcome so that we can achieve it at the end of our video lesson. So my dear learners, our students learning outcome is comprehend and use idioms and proverbs in the different texts. So, comprehend means understand, to understand. So now we are going to comprehend and use idioms in our different kind of texts. My dear learners, we will be dealing with proverbs in some other lesson. In this one, we are going to deal with idioms. We will be able to try to understand what they are, how do they work, and how we can use them effectively. Now, after learning about our students learning outcome, here is a vertical linkage of this SLO with the previous grade that you have already read. I hope this one remembers you, this one makes you retain most of our information that we learned in the previous grade. So now let's talk about our brainstorming session for today. You can see a picture in front of you. What do you think is happening? Yes, there are cats and dogs and they are falling from the cloud, from the sky. So if you see this picture, what will come in your mind? Is this actually true? We know it's not possible because it rains and it has never rained cats and dogs and they have never fallen from the sky like that. But we use this in our daily life. Let's see how we use them. So have you ever heard someone say, "It's raining cats and dogs"? Think about it. Does it mean cats and dogs are falling from the sky? When I say you should not go out because it's raining cats and dogs, what do I mean by it? It means that something I'm saying has a hidden meaning, an implied meaning, and my words are not to be taken literally. Because if you go outside and expect it to rain cats and dogs, you will be disappointed. So this is an idiom and this is how it works. So think about some other idioms as well that you have heard in your native language or in your English language. Now, let's talk about idioms. Let's learn the definition. I hope that you can recall it. You have already read it in some way. So, an idiom is a phrase or expression that has a figurative meaning different from its literal meaning. So, the idiom has a figurative meaning. It means that it's not to be taken literally so that we can understand the meaning. It could be a phrase or an expression, and that phrase or expression has a figurative meaning, something that is hidden in the meaning, and you cannot take the words literally because then you will not be able to understand the meaning correctly. So this is how we use our idioms. These are what idioms actually are, and they are not to be taken literally. Now let's see. Here we have a conversation Let's read it. So this boy is saying there might be a pop quiz. So stay on your toes. And he's asking it, what do toes have to do with quizzes? Why should I be on my toes if there is a pop quiz? So to stay on your toes is actually an idiom. It means to stay alert, to be ready to solve the pop quiz. So if I say you have a quiz tomorrow or quiz right now, so stay on your toes. It means be alert. It could happen anytime. So if you take the phrase or expression literally, you will not understand it. But if you really search about it and if you use it or read or hear it, you will be able to understand that it's not to be taken literally, it is a figurative phrase or figurative expression. So idioms, what do? They make our conversation artistic and beautiful. You will sound more articulate, energetic, uh, full of wisdom, and you are having a good presence of mind. So if we use idioms in our daily life, we will be considered very well educated and having great knowledge about the language and also about the how the things actually work. And people will remember our sayings, our speeches more than ever if we talk in uh, normal sentences. So normal sentences versus idiomatic sentences. People will remember your idioms when you use them and they will get your message effectively. So this is why idioms are very important. Let's talk about uh, reading the given examples of idioms. This is from your book, page 30. So we have an idiom: in times of distress and urgent need. Now, this means that during difficult or challenging situations that require immediate assistance, a lifeline you can rely on. This expression refers to something or someone that provides crucial support or assistance in times of need. Or you could use an idiom like when unfortunate situations arise. So this idiom implies that unexpected or unfavorable events occur, often requiring prompt action or assistance. So you can use all these kind of and different idioms. There are a lot of them in your conversation, in your writing, to sound more articulate, beautiful, and worth remembering. Now, let's look at some idioms with some explanation. My dear learners, there are hundreds and thousands of idioms, and all of them are very important. They are beautiful in their own way. They are coming from different languages, different cultures. In English language, you need to know about different kind of idioms to sound like a very good speaker of English language. Now let's go through some idioms. Ignoring the elephant in the room. What does it mean? If we take the literal meaning, it means there is an elephant in the room and we are ignoring it. That's not the case here. The idiom addresses an obvious and uncomfortable issue or topic that is being ignored or avoided. If this situation arises, you would say, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Let's address the elephant in the room. It means that keeping all the talks and things aside, let's talk about the important issue and the important problem that we are facing. So in this kind of situation, you will use a shortcut, which is an idiom, because they work like shortcuts. So you will say that we should not ignore or avoid the elephant in the room, or let's address the elephant in the room. So this way you will sound more precise and accurate. Another one is planting a flag on the mountain. Now, this idiom symbolizes achieving a significant accomplishment or claiming a notable achievement. If something like this happens, you will say that you have planted a flag on the mountain. This symbolizes uh, this symbolizes success and achievement. Next one is big fish in a small pond. Now, think about it, my dear learners. What would happen if there is a big fish in a very small pond? Yes, the fish will face difficulty in moving and in living. So, can you relate this idiom with a similar situation? Let's go through the explanation. The idiom describes someone who appears important or successful in a small environment but may not have the same significance in a larger setting. So, for something like this, if you come across this situation or if you want to say something like this, you could just use this idiom, a big fish in a small pond. Grass is greener on the other side. What does it mean? My dear learners, every idiom has some origin, some history, and a very interesting story. You can look for them on the internet. They are available in dictionaries also. You can go through most of the idioms and look for their interesting origin. Now this one, grass is greener on the other side. Let's understand it. The idiom suggests that people often perceive other situations or circumstances as better or more desirable than their own. So, in this way, we will say grass is greener on the other side. Now, moving mountains. The idiom signifies accomplishing an incredibly difficult or seemingly impossible task. We'd say, you've moved a mountain, you are moving mountains, you're so strong and efficient, and you did the task well, you are moving mountains, or something like that. So you can use these kind of idiomatic expressions or phrases in your conversation and use them casually in your conversation with your friends and also formally with your speeches and in your writing. So we are here on our classroom activity from page 31 of the book. You have to read the paragraph carefully and identify the idioms in it. Use the idioms in your own sentences. Now, let's talk about this simulation link that I've put in the description of the video and also in the PowerPoint slide. You can watch it later after watching this video lesson, and you will learn more about idioms and their usage. For your worksheet, we have this really interesting worksheets of idioms attached for your understanding. Your homework is to find a short news article, story, excerpt, etc. Read the chosen text carefully. Look for any words or phrases that seem unusual or figurative. These might be our idioms. So, finally, we are here at the end of our video lesson with all these resources appearing on the screen. They are available easily in the description of the video. You can access them to learn more about idioms and also do your practical application. My dear learners, thank you for listening to me, and I hope that now you have completely comprehended and also you are able to use idioms in your speech and writing, and also you can recognize them in different texts. Till the next video lesson, Allah Hafiz.